Question 1. Behavioral development. During the socialization period of a puppy, 2 weeks, a dog is exposed to various environments, sounds, and interactions. If this period is poorly managed, the dog may develop long-term behavioral issues. Which of the following scenarios represents the best approach to socializing a puppy? A. Limiting exposure to new environments to avoid overwhelming the puppy. B. Introducing the puppy to a variety of controlled, positive experiences with different people, animals, and settings. C. Allowing the puppy to explore new situations on its own without supervision. D. Waiting until the puppy is at least 6 months old to begin introducing it to new experiences to ensure maturity. Answer. B. Introducing the puppy to a variety of controlled, positive experiences with different people, animals, and settings. Explanation. Why B is correct. The socialization period is critical for helping a puppy develop confidence and adaptability. Positive, controlled exposure to diverse experiences during this stage prevents fear-based responses and promotes healthy behavioral development. This aligns with principles from the American Vetu Society of Animal Behavior (AFSAB) guidelines. Why others are incorrect. A. While avoiding overwhelming the puppy is essential, limiting exposure entirely can hinder development. C. Unsupervised exploration may lead to negative experiences, increasing the risk of fear or aggression. D. Socialization must begin during the critical period. 2 weeks. Waiting until 6 months can result in missed opportunities for proper social development. Question 2. Scenario-based. Stress and welfare in animals. Scenario. MS. Ramirez owns a cat named Whiskers, who recently began hiding under the bed and hissing at family members. MS. Ramirez reports that the behavior started after her house was renovated, which involved loud noises and significant environmental changes. Which action should MS. Ramirez take to reduce Whiskers' stress and improve his behavior? A. Punish Whiskers when he hisses to discourage the behavior. B. Provide Whiskers with a safe, quiet space and gradually reintroduce him to family members using positive reinforcement. C. Ignore the behavior as it will resolve on its own once Whiskers adapts to the changes. D. Increase stimulation by adding new toys and interactive play sessions to distract Whiskers from the environmental changes. Answer. B. Provide Whiskers with a safe, quiet space and gradually reintroduce him to family members using positive reinforcement. Explanation. Why B is correct. Stress from environmental changes is a common trigger for behavioral issues in cats. Providing a quiet, secure space allows the cat to feel safe, while gradual reintroduction and positive reinforcement build trust and reduce fear. The approach aligns with the 5 fruit. Animal welfare, emphasizing stress reduction. While others are incorrect. A. Punishment worsens fear and anxiety, exacerbating the problem. C. Ignoring the behavior risks prolonging stress and potentially leading to chronic issues. D. While interactive play is beneficial, it does not address the root cause of stress in this scenario and may overwhelm Whiskers further. Question 3. Behavior assessment and analysis. When conducting a behavior assessment for a dog displaying signs of separation anxiety, which of the following actions is the most appropriate initial step? A. Begin immediate behavior modification without gathering a detailed history. B. Use video recording to observe the dog's behavior when left alone and conduct detailed history interview with the owner. C. Recommend medication as the primary intervention without any further assessment. D. Focus on training the dog to obey commands like sit when stay to reduce anxiety. Answer. B. Use video recording to observe the dog's behavior when left alone and conduct detailed history interview with the owner. Explanation. Why B is correct. Separation anxiety must be accurately diagnosed through direct observation and thorough understanding of the dog's history, including triggers and environmental factors. Video recording is a valuable tool for identifying specific behaviors as recommended by the American College of Vetu. Behaviorists act while others are incorrect. A. Starting interventions without proper assessment risks addressing symptoms rather than root causes. C. Medication may be a component of treatment but should not be the first recommendation without comprehensive evaluation. D. Obedience training does not address the underlying emotional distress causing separation anxiety. Question 4. Ethical and legal considerations. A certified animal behavior consultant is approached by a client who suspects their neighbor is physically abusing their dog. The consultant observes signs of neglect, such as poor body condition and untreated injuries during a consultation. What is the most ethical and legally appropriate action for the consultant to take? A. Advise the client to confront the neighbor and demand better treatment of the dog. B. Document observations carefully and report the situation to the appropriate animal welfare authority. C. Attempt to purchase the dog from the neighbor to remove it from the situation. D. Take no action because the consultant has no direct evidence of abuse. Answer: B. Document observations carefully and report the situation to the appropriate animal welfare authority. Explanation: why B is correct. Animal behavior consultants are bound by ethical guidelines and laws to report suspected abuse or neglect to authorities. Most jurisdictions require mandatory reporting under animal welfare laws. Accurate documentation ensures the report is credible and actionable. Why others are incorrect. A. Confrontation could escalate the situation and is not the role of a consultancy. Purchasing the dog may perpetuate abuse cycles and is not a sustainable solution. D. Failing to act neglects the consultant's responsibility to advocate for animal welfare. Question 5. Species-specific behaviors. Which of the following is a common reason for excessive vocalization in domestic cats? They are seeking attention due to boredom or loneliness. B. Experiencing heightened levels of stress from a sudden environmental change. C. Medical issues such as hypothyroidism or pain. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: why D is correct. Excessive vocalization in cats can result from multiple causes, including attention-seeking, stress, and medical conditions. Certified behavior consultants must conduct a thorough assessment to determine the underlying reason. The American Association of Feline Practitioners emphasizes considering environmental and medical factors when addressing behavioral concerns. While others are incorrect, each individually captures a valid cause, but focusing on only one would overlook other contributing factors. A comprehensive approach is necessary. Question 6. Scenario-based behavior modification plans. Scenario: Mr. Patel's dog, Rocky, lunges and barks aggressively at other dogs during walks. Mr. Patel reports that Rocky was attacked by another dog a year ago and has been reactive since. Which of the following strategies should behavior consultant prioritize? A. Use aversive tools like prong collars to immediately stop Rocky's lunging. B. Gradually desensitize Rocky to the presence of other dogs and use counter-conditioning to create positive associations. C. Avoid walking Rocky altogether to prevent exposure to other dogs. D. Increase Rocky's exercise routine to eliminate pent-up energy. Answer: B. Gradually desensitize Rocky to the presence of other dogs and use counter-conditioning to create positive associations. Explanation: why B is correct. Gradual desensitization and counter-conditioning address the root of Rocky's reactivity. Fear stemming from traumatic experience. Positive reinforcement replaces fear with sense of safety as recommended by the International Association of Animal Behavior Consultants, IARC. Why others incorrect. A. Aversive tools worsen fear and aggression, damaging trust. C. Avoidance prevents progress and does not address the behavior. D. While exercise is beneficial, it does not target the underlying fear-based response. Question 7. Learning and training theories. What is the primary goal of using shaping techniques during animal training? A. To extinguish undesirable behaviors by ignoring them. B. To gradually reinforce successive approximations toward a desired behavior. C. To provide negative reinforcement for incorrect behaviors. D. To establish dominance over the animal for better control. Answer: B. To gradually reinforce successive approximations toward a desired behavior. Explanation: why B is correct. Shaping involves reinforcing small steps that lead to a desired behavior, making it an effective technique for teaching complex tasks. It is a key concept in operant conditioning. This approach, championed by B. F. Skinner, emphasizes positive reinforcement. While others are incorrect. A. Extinction is a separate process. C. Negative reinforcement focuses on removing aversive stimuli, not shaping. D. The concept of dominance is outdated and not applicable to shape. Question 8. Stress and welfare in animals. Which of the following enrichment strategies is most effective for reducing stress in a captive parrot? A. Providing a diet of seeds exclusively to mimic natural feeding behavior. B. Leaving the bird in a quiet, isolated area to avoid overstimulation. C. Offering a variety of foraging opportunities, toys, and social interaction. D. Regularly trimming the bird's wings to reduce activity levels. Answer: C. Offering a variety of foraging opportunities, toys, and social interaction. Explanation: why C is correct. Parrots are highly intelligent and social animals. Enrichment strategies like foraging and interactive play mimic natural behaviors, reducing stress and improving welfare. This approach is supported by guidelines from the Association of Avian Veterinarians of, while others are incorrect, A. A seed-only diet lacks nutrition and stress enrichment needs. B. Isolation increases stress in social species. D. Wing trimming is not an enrichment strategy and can lead to frustration. Question 9. Common behavioral issues and solutions. Resource guarding is a common behavioral problem in dogs. What is the most effective first step in addressing this issue? A. Punish the dog each time it displays guarding behavior. B. Remove the guarded resource whenever the dog displays aggression. C. Use a systematic desensitization and counter-conditioning plan to reduce anxiety and build trust. D. Avoid giving the dog high-value items to prevent resource guarding altogether. Answer: C. Use a systematic desensitization and counter-conditioning plan to reduce anxiety and build trust. Explanation: why C is correct. Desensitization and counter-conditioning address the underlying anxiety and help the dog associate positive experiences with people approaching its resources. This method aligns with humane behavior modification practices, while others are incorrect. A. Punishment exacerbates fear and aggression. B. Removing the reinforces guarding behavior. D. Avoidance does not solve the problem and limits enrichment. Question 10. Animal communication. In canine communication, which of the following behaviors typically signals submission? A. Direct eye contact and a stiff posture. B. Exposing the belly and averting the gaze. C. Barking loudly while moving toward another dog. D. Tail held high and wagging rapidly. Answer: B. Exposing the belly and averting the gaze. Explanation: why B is correct. Submissive signals, such as exposing the belly and avoiding eye contact, are calming behaviors meant to diffuse potential conflicts. These behaviors are well documented in canine ethology. While others are incorrect. A. Direct eye contact and stiffness indicate challenge or alertness. C. Barking and approaching are often signs of assertiveness or excitement. D. Rapidly wagging tail may indicate excitement or arousal, not submission. Question 11. Understanding behavioral health. Which of the following is a key indicator of chronic stress in a domestic rabbit? A. Frequent grooming and playful hopping. B. Lying stretched out with relaxed ears. C. Hiding frequently and showing reduced appetite. D. Increased vocalization and aggression toward humans. Answer: C. Hiding frequently and showing reduced appetite. Explanation: why C is correct. Chronic stress in rabbits often manifests as withdrawal behaviors like hiding and a reduced interest in food. Prolonged stress can lead to health issues such as gastrointestinal stasis, which is common in rabbits. While others are incorrect. A. Grooming and playful behavior indicate contentment. B. A stretched out posture signals relaxation. D. Vocalization are common in rabbits and aggression is typically a response to acute stress, not chronic stress. Question 12. Behavior modification techniques. Her client's dog is fearful of thunderstorms, often trembling and hiding when one occurs. What is the most effective long-term approach to help the dog? A. Comfort the dog by petting it and encouraging it to stay close. B. Use gradual desensitization paired with counter-conditioning to reduce the fear response. C. Play loud music during thunderstorms to mask the noise. D. Use punishment to discourage the dog's hiding behavior. Answer: B. Use gradual desensitization paired with counter-conditioning to reduce the fear response. Explanation: why B is correct. This approach addresses the fear at its root by exposing the dog to the thunderstorm sounds at a low level, desensitization, and pairing it with positive experiences, counter-conditioning. While others are incorrect. A. Comforting may reinforce the fearful behavior without addressing its cause. C. Loud music may mask the sound, does not resolve the underlying fear. D. Punishment worsens fear and damages trust. Question 13. Ethical practices in consultation. During a consultation, a client admits to using aversive methods like shock collars to control their dog's behavior. What should the certified animal behavior consultant do? A. Condemn the client and insist they stop immediately. B. Respect the client's methods and avoid addressing the issue. C. Educate the client on the risks of aversive methods and provide humane alternatives. D. Refuse to work with the client unless they abandon aversive tools. Answer: C. Educate the client on the risks of aversive methods and provide humane alternatives. Explanation. Why C is correct. Consultants have an ethical responsibility to educate clients about humane science-based behavior modification methods while respecting their perspectives. Building rapport encourages compliance with recommended practices. Why others are incorrect. A. Condemning the client damages the professional relationship. B. Ignoring issue fails to fulfill the consultant's ethical duty. D. Refusing to work with the client limits the opportunity to improve the situation. Question 14. Aggression in dogs. A dog displays growling and lunging behavior when visitors enter the home. What is the best initial step for addressing this behavior? A. Use a shock collar to stop the behavior immediately. B. Confine the dog to a safe space during visits while developing a behavior modification plan. C. Force the dog to interact with visitors to help it overcome its fear. D. Ignore the behavior and allow the dog to adjust over time. Answer. B. Confine the dog to a safe space during visits while developing a behavior modification plan. Explanation. Why B is correct. Managing the environment by confining the dog prevents aggressive incidents and creates a safe space for the dog and visitors. A behavior modification plan can then address the underlying fear or territoriality. Why others are incorrect. A. Aversive tools escalate fear and aggression. C. Forcing interaction exacerbates stress. D. Ignoring aggression can lead to dangerous outcomes. Question 15. Understanding fear responses. Which of the following is an example of a freeze response in an animal experiencing fear? A. Dog barking incessantly at stranger. B. Cat hissing and swiping when approached. C. Rabbit staying perfectly still when predator is nearby. D. Parrot flying away from perceived threat. Answer. C. A rabbit staying perfectly still when a predator is nearby. Explanation. Why C is correct. The freeze response is a survival mechanism where the animal remains motionless to avoid detection by predator. It is common in prey species like rabbits. Why others are incorrect. And B. Barking, hissing, and swiping are examples of fight responses. D. Flying away is flight response. Question 16. Canine behavior and socialization. A 6-month-old puppy shows signs of fear and anxiety when meeting new people, retreating and barking loudly. What should be the primary focus in addressing this behavior? A. Allow the puppy to avoid the new people to reduce stress. B. Gradually expose the puppy to new people using positive reinforcement to build confidence. C. Punish the puppy for barking at new people to discourage the behavior. D. Ignore the behavior and allow the puppy to grow out of it. Answer. B. Gradually expose the puppy to new people using positive reinforcement to build confidence. Explanation. Why B is correct. Gradual exposure with positive reinforcement, such as treats or praise, helps the puppy form positive associations with new people, which reduces fear and anxiety. Why others are incorrect. A. Avoidance reinforces the fear and doesn't help the puppy overcome it. C. Punishing the puppy increases fear and damp trust. D. Ignoring the behavior could lead to the puppy becoming more fearful over time. Question 17. Equine behavior and ethology. When a horse consistently displays head tossing and stomping when tacked up, what is the most likely cause of this behavior? A. The horse is showing dominance and attempting to assert control. B. The horse may be experiencing discomfort or pain from the saddle or girth. C. The horse is bored and seeking attention from its handler. D. The horse is experiencing separation anxiety from it. Answer. B. The horse may be experiencing discomfort or pain from the saddle or girth. Explanation. Why B is correct. Head tossing and stomping during tacking is often a sign of discomfort or pain, possibly caused by an ill-fitting saddle or girth. A thorough physical examination and saddle fit evaluation should be conducted. Why others are incorrect. A. While some horses may display dominance behaviors, head tossing in this context is more likely to physical discomfort. C. Boredom is unlikely to cause head tossing and stomping. Discomfort is a more probable cause. D. Separation anxiety typically results in more vocalizations or pacing, not the specific behaviors mentioned. Question 18. Behavior assessment techniques. A consultant is tasked with observing a dog's behavior to assess aggression. Which of the following would be the most reliable observation method? A. Conducting quick assessment without observing the dog's body language over time. B. Using single observation period in controlled environment, such as consultation room. C. Observing the dog in its natural environment over multiple sessions to gather accurate data. D. Asking the dog's owner to report all behaviors without direct observation. Answer. C. Observing the dog in its natural environment over multiple sessions to gather accurate data. Explanation. Why C is correct. Observing the dog over multiple sessions and in its natural environment allows the consultant to gather comprehensive data on the dog's behavior, including triggers, context, and frequency of aggressive responses. While others are incorrect, A. Quick assessment may miss subtle signs of aggression. B. Single observation provide enough context for accurate assessment. D. Owner reports can be biased and incomplete without direct observation. Question 19. Human-animal interaction. A client is struggling to build a bond with their new dog, which seems aloof and unresponsive to commands. What should the consultant suggest as a first step to improve the relationship? A. Enforce strict training protocols to establish dominance and obedience. B. Encourage the client to spend quality time with the dog, focusing on non-competitive activities such as gentle play and walks. C. Punish the dog for ignoring commands to show that the behavior is unacceptable. D. Leave the dog alone to become comfortable on its own terms. Answer. B. Encourage the client to spend quality time with the dog, focusing on non-competitive activities such as gentle play and walks. Explanation. Why B is correct. Building a relationship with a new dog requires patience and trust-building activities. Non-competitive interactions such as gentle play and walks help the dog feel more comfortable and form a positive bond with the owner. While others are incorrect, A. Strict training can create stress and hinder the bond-building process. C. Punishment is counterproductive and will erode trust. D. Leaving the dog alone may cause it to feel more isolated and distant. Question 20. Behavioral modification plans. When designing a behavior modification plan for a dog exhibiting severe separation anxiety, what is the first step? A. Implementing immediate crate confinement to prevent destruction when the dog is left alone. B. Gradually increasing the duration of the dog's alone time while providing rewards for calm behavior. C. Allowing the dog to follow the owner everywhere to prevent anxiety from separation. D. Using aversive techniques such as shock collars to discourage whining and barking. Answer. B. Gradually increasing the duration of the dog's alone time while providing rewards for calm behavior. Explanation. Why B is correct. Gradual desensitization, where the dog is left alone for progressively longer periods while being rewarded for calm behavior, is the most effective and humane way to reduce separation anxiety. While others are incorrect, A. Crate confinement does not address the underlying anxiety and may make the problem worse. C. Following the owner everywhere does not help the dog learn how to cope with being alone. D. Aversive methods increase stress and worsen the behavior. Question 21. Behavioral development and sensitive periods. A 10-week-old puppy is showing signs of fear when encountering new experiences, such as loud noises or unfamiliar environments. What is the most likely explanation for this behavior? A. The puppy is at a developmental stage where it is learning to be cautious of its surroundings. B. The puppy is demonstrating a behavioral disorder that requires immediate intervention. C. The puppy is simply showing disobedience and should be punished. D. The puppy is too old to be socialized and will never overcome this fear. Answer. A. The puppy is at a developmental stage where it is learning to be cautious of its surroundings. Explanation. Why is correct. At 10 weeks, puppies are typically in a critical sensitive period for socialization. It is normal for puppies to display fear in new or unfamiliar situations as they are still learning how to navigate their environment. While others are incorrect. B. Fearful behavior at this age is not necessarily indicative of a disorder, but rather part of normal development. C. Punishing a puppy for fear responses can damage the bond and hinder proper socialization. D. This fear is temporary and can be overcome with positive socialization experiences. Question 22. Inappropriate elimination in dogs. A dog has been consistently urinating in the house even though it is let outside regularly. The owner reports that this behavior occurs mostly when they are away from home. What should be the first step in addressing this issue? A. Punish the dog when it is caught urinating inside to deter the behavior. B. Increase outdoor bathroom breaks to ensure the dog is not needing to eliminate. C. Begin crate training to limit the dog's access to the entire house when left alone. D. Allow the dog to roam freely without supervision to relieve itself inside the house. Answer. C. Begin crate training to limit the dog's access to the entire house when left alone. Explanation. Why C is correct. Crate training is an effective method to prevent inappropriate elimination when the dog is unsupervised. The dog is less likely to urinate in its crate and can learn to hold its bladder until it is let outside. While others are incorrect. A. Punishment is not effective for addressing elimination issues and can worsen anxiety, especially cases of separation anxiety. B. While increasing outdoor breaks can help, the primary issue may be related to separation anxiety, which requires behavior modification, not just more outdoor time. D. Allowing the dog to roam freely could reinforce the behavior, as the dog may continue to eliminate indoors when unsupervised. Question 23. Stress and welfare in animals. What is the most effective strategy to reduce stress in a dog who is frequently exposed to loud noises such as fireworks and thunderstorms? 8. Punish the dog for showing signs of anxiety during these events to reduce stress. B. Use desensitization and counter-conditioning techniques by gradually exposing the dog to recorded sounds of fireworks and thunderstorms. C. Ignore the dog during stressful events to allow it to get used to it. D. Restrict the dog's access to food until it stops exhibiting fearful behavior. Answer. B. Use desensitization and counter-conditioning techniques by gradually exposing the dog to recorded sounds of fireworks and thunderstorms. Explanation. Why B is correct. Desensitization, gradually exposing the dog to the noise, a lower intensity, and counter-conditioning, pairing the noise with positive reinforcement such as treats, are scientifically proven methods to help dogs overcome fear of loud noises, while others are incorrect. Punishment increases anxiety and does not address the root cause of the fear. C. Ignoring the dog could lead to the fear becoming worse over time. D. Restricting food can lead to further stress and doesn't address the underlying issue. Question 24. Aggression management in dogs. A dog displays aggression toward unfamiliar people, particularly when they approach its owner. What is the most appropriate first step in managing this aggression? A. Immediately reprimand the dog when it shows aggression to assert control. B. Implement positive reinforcement for calm behavior around strangers while maintaining a safe distance. C. Allow the dog to continue its behavior as it is. A natural protective instinct. D. Remove the dog from the situation entirely by avoiding contact with unfamiliar people. Answer. B. Implement positive reinforcement for calm behavior around strangers while maintaining a safe distance. Explanation. Why B is correct. Positive reinforcement for calm behavior around strangers encourages the dog to associate strangers with something positive, such as treats, rather than fear. Maintaining a safe distance allows for controlled exposure to new people, while others are incorrect. A. Reprimanding the dog can escalate aggression and create more fear. C. Aggression toward strangers should not be encouraged or allowed to continue. D. Avoidance does not help the dog learn how to cope with the presence of strangers. Question 25. Cognitive processes in animals. A dog's ability to learn and respond to new commands depends on several factors. Which of the following factors is most important for enhancing dogs' cognitive abilities in learning new tasks? A. The dog's breed, as some breeds are naturally more intelligent than others. B. Providing consistent positive reinforcement and varied training methods. C. The dog's age, as younger dogs are more likely to learn new behaviors than older dogs. D. The dog's physical health, as health problems can impede cognitive functions. Answer. B. Providing consistent positive reinforcement and varied training methods. Explanation. Why B is correct. Consistency in training and positive reinforcement, praise, treats, help solidify learning. Varied methods, such as shaping or luring, keep the dog engaged and enhance its cognitive ability to generalize commands. While others are incorrect. A. While some breeds may be more trainable, all dogs can learn effectively with the right approach. C. Age can influence learning but is not the primary factor. Older dogs can learn as well with appropriate methods. D. Physical health can affect cognitive function, but training is still the most important factor in learning new tasks. Question 26. Learning and training theories. Classical conditioning. Dog begins salivating every time it hears the sound of bell because it has consistently been fed after hearing the bell. What type of learning is this an example of? A. Operant conditioning, where the dog learns to rewards and punishments. B. Classical conditioning, where the dog learns to associate neutral stimulus with an unconditioned stimulus. C. Observational learning, where the dog imitates the behavior of others. D. Latent learning, where the dog learns without reinforcement but demonstrates knowledge later. Answer. B. Classical conditioning, where the dog learns to associate a neutral stimulus with an unconditioned stimulus. Explanation. Why B is correct. Classical conditioning involves pairing a neutral stimulus, the bell, with an unconditioned stimulus, food, that naturally causes a response, salivation. Over time, the dog learns to associate the bell with food, causing it to salivate in response to the bell alone. Why others are incorrect. A. Operant conditioning involves learning through consequences, such as reinforcement and punishment, not classical association. C. Observational learning is learning by watching others, which does not apply in this case. D. Latent learning refers to learning that occurs without immediate reinforcement, which is not the situation here. Question 27. Stress and welfare in animals. The cat exhibits excessive grooming, leading to bald patches on its coat. The cat is also observed to hide more frequently and seems generally lethargic. What is the most likely cause of these behaviors? A. The cat may be experiencing physical discomfort, such as a skin infection or flea infestation. B. The cat is simply going through a phase of behavioral change that will pass with time. C. The cat is experiencing stress or anxiety, possibly related to environmental factors. D. The cat is displaying signs of aggression due to dominance issues. Answer: C. The cat is experiencing stress or anxiety, possibly related to environmental factors. Explanation: why C is correct. Excessive grooming, hiding, and lethargy are common signs of stress or anxiety in cats. Environmental changes such as moving to a new home, the introduction of a new pet, or changes in the owner's routine could all contribute to this stress. While others are incorrect. A. While physical discomfort could cause grooming behavior, additional signs of hiding and lethargy point more towards anxiety rather than a physical issue. B. This type of behavior is unlikely to pass on its own without addressing the root cause of stress. D. Aggression is not typically linked to the described behavior, as the cat is hiding and lethargic, not showing dominance-related behaviors. Question 28. Behavioral development. Socialization. 6-month-old puppy has been raised in quiet, isolated environment with minimal exposure to other dogs and people. The owner is now concerned that the puppy may develop behavioral issues as it grows. What should the owner do to prevent potential behavioral problems? A. Start introducing the puppy to various people, environments, and other dogs immediately, even if the puppy shows signs of fear. B. Keep the puppy in its current environment until it matures, as introducing new stimuli could cause stress. C. Gradually expose the puppy to new experiences in a controlled manner to ensure positive socialization. D. Focus on training the puppy to obey commands before attempting any socialization. Answer: C. Gradually expose the puppy to new experiences in a controlled manner to ensure positive socialization. Explanation: why C is correct. Gradual exposure to new people, places, and experiences is crucial for proper socialization. This method ensures the puppy is not overwhelmed, helping it develop positive associations with new stimuli. While others are incorrect. A. Abrupt exposure to many new experiences can be overwhelming and lead to fear-based behaviors. B. Keeping the puppy isolated will only increase the likelihood of fear and aggression toward unfamiliar people and situations. D. Obedience training is important but should not take precedence over proper socialization, especially in the critical development stages. Question 29. Common behavioral issues and solutions. Fear and anxiety disorders. Dog exhibits severe anxiety when left alone at home, including barking excessively, chewing furniture, and soiling inside. What is the most effective intervention strategy for this problem? A. Ignore the dog's behavior and hope it improves over time. B. Use punishment when the dog engages in destructive behavior to discourage it. C. Implement gradual desensitization plan using counter-conditioning to associate the owner's departure with positive experiences. D. Keep the dog in small, confined space while the owner is away to prevent destruction. Answer: C. Implement a gradual desensitization plan using counter-conditioning to associate the owner's departure with positive experiences. Explanation: why C is correct. Gradual desensitization and counter-conditioning are the most effective techniques for separation anxiety. By slowly getting the dog used to the owner's absence and rewarding calm behavior, the dog learns that being alone is not something to fear. While others are incorrect. A. Ignore problem will not address the anxiety or prevent destructive behavior. B. Punishment increases anxiety and does not solve the root cause of the separation anxiety. D. Confining the dog may reduce destruction but does not address the underlying fear and anxiety issues. Question 30. Behavioral assessment and analysis. Identifying abnormal behaviors. Dog consistently shows aggressive behavior toward its owner, despite being well socialized and trained. The owner reports that the behavior has escalated over time and the dog has shown signs of fear and avoidance in certain situations. What is the most appropriate next step in assessing this behavior? A. Assume that the dog is acting out of dominance and immediately begin using punitive techniques to assert control. B. Conduct thorough behavioral history to understand potential triggers and assess the underlying cause of the aggression. C. Ignore the behavior as it will likely stop once the dog matures. D. Increase the frequency of training sessions to correct the aggressive behavior without investigating further. Answer. B. Conduct a thorough behavioral history to understand potential triggers and assess the underlying cause of the aggression. Explanation. Why B is correct. A thorough behavioral history and assessment help identify triggers for the aggressive behavior and uncover any underlying causes such as fear, anxiety, or medical conditions. Understanding the root cause is essential for effective treatment. While others are incorrect, aggression based on fear or anxiety is not a dominance issue, and punitive methods can worsen the situation. C. Aggressive behavior, especially if it escalates, is unlikely to resolve on its own and requires intervention. D. While training is important, it should not be the sole focus without understanding the behavior's underlying causes.